Hey guys, welcome to JoeGa Joy Fitness with me, Jo, and to this half-hour punchy express Kundalini class. So a little bit of hybrid, a little bit of stretching, a little bit of Kundalini, a little bit of somatics. So please do, if you obviously enjoy it, like, share, subscribe, and then hit that bell and let me know you have been watching. So when you're ready, come on down to rest and relaxation. So just feeling your body against the floor. Notice any areas of tension. Notice any areas that feel particularly tight or challenged. If there's nowhere, then that's great, just keep that feeling. And then when you're ready, just bending the knees, bring the feet up onto the floor, please, and just rock those knees from side to side. Lovely. So we're just going to begin by doing this repetitively, mindfully, respectfully. So just keep those knees moving. There are options here. You can move the head as well from side to side. You can go against the knees, or you can go with the knees, or you can keep the head still. Just thinking about how your body feels, somatics, the feeling of the movement, how it feels for you, how it feels deep inside, how it benefits you, that kind of mindset. And just these long durations to begin with. So we're going to use that gentle yoga ethos, the somatics of looking internally and seeing how it feels, with the Kundalini of repetition and our, mantra, breath, just for a part of this, not the whole class, just for part of it. It's going to be split into two. So this first part, Kundalini, and then the second part, Hatha, but both parts linked to somatics. So if you've not done somatics before, just moving yourself around, feeling how it feels. We do somatics a lot in my classes without me actually saying it. Is somatics. I do say, look inside, see how it feels. Not always putting that label on, so just coming into the last few seconds or so of this now. So remembering with Kundalini the momentum, the speed, the intensity determined by you. And we're just going to hold the legs over to one side, just take a little stretch, let the lower back flare. Hold for a breathing cycle, and then up and over to the other side, and again just noticing how that feels, and then coming up. So bring yourselves up, coming up quite early because we're going to do this 50-50 sort of class. So crossing the legs and remembering to recross them in between each exercise. And we're just going to take our spinal flex. Now, if you prefer, come over onto all fours and take a cat and cow. All good? So, choices, again, independent, and again, somatics. How does it feel? How is this for me? If this isn't good for you, come over to cat and cow. Cat and cow, not great for everybody because of the pressure on the knees, through the elbows, through the shoulders and the wrists. So this is a great alternative, seated. And then that beautiful repetition of Kundalini, just to allow us to get into that flow, switch off, let the mind just unravel. Imagine it's like a kite. and you've got it airborne and you're just letting it go, letting that fly up and away. You're still attached to it, you still have the string, but you're just letting it be free. So just beautiful. Now, if you are in cat and cow and you do fancy it, you could maybe lift up into down dog and just take a few stretches, again thinking about the somatics of that, and just stretch it out, squeeze the upper back, stretch the back of the legs. So just maybe transitioning between the two, just doing what feels right for you. Okay, we will come back to those later on, but for now we've just got this little bit of a warm up to be getting on with. Okay, and then just pull up through the center, or if you're in cat-cow, come back into child's pose. And just take a moment to notice the difference again. How does it feel from movement to stillness? Just allowing the body to settle. And then because it's Kundalini, we are going to change the cross of the legs just to settle the hips. So if you're not seated, then you can come to seated, cross the legs. We're going to take Sufi grind. So we're going to bend the elbows. We're going to take it round. I'm just going to wind round one way. And then at the midpoint, we'll wind back. Great for digestion, this, for reproductive organs, excretory organs, beautiful massage into the belly, into that lower abdomen. So just feel that as you're going round. Notice how it pushes up into the shoulders, into the shoulder blades, into the neck. So again, getting this beautiful body massage from these movements. Okay, just going to take one more here. Just pull up through center and then unravel. So rolling it around the other direction. So just taking a pause here now, please come through center. Just taking that pause again, just noticing. Sometimes you can feel the prana, you get that vibration rolling through the body. Sometimes you can feel the difference, really notice the difference, because although the body's still, sometimes it feels like it's still going. So just being able to just notice that. Okay, and then we're just going to take self-hug, okay? So you take the arms out nice and wide, and it's as if you're giving yourself a big hug, bringing the arms round, and then taking them out again, and then the other arm comes on top. And again, you can do this quite quickly. Just be careful of throwing and being out of control, and be careful of anything around you. Or you can take it, you know, work on stretch and release. So again, somatics, how does it feel? Where does it feel? Those kind of things, excuse me. And just settle in to the rhythm of this. And I forgot to change my legs, so I'm going to do it now. So if you didn't do yours, then do them as well. Well done. So I've been writing extra Kundalini classes you can look out for. Kundalini legs, Kundalini abs, Kundalini arms. And so today we're just going to pick a few of those and mix them up. Before we go into the second part. Lovely. Just keep this going, alternating, working to strengthen the back muscles, shoulder muscles, chest muscles. Sitting upright like this as well uses a massive amount of your core stability. So that core is being challenged as well. And we don't always give credit to that because, you know, when we sit on a bed or on a chair or in the car, you know, the back's supported and therefore the abs are disengaged. But when we sit like this, of course, we have to use our core, not just the abdominals, but the erector spinae muscles as well. So getting a bit of core workout. All right, coming up to the last couple. So, and then just again, just letting that go and just allowing yourself to notice how you're feeling. Just and then we're going to roll over onto all fours, excuse me, and coming over. And we're going to take flying tiger. So we're going to take opposite arm to leg. So I'm just turning side on so you can see. And just getting it so hopefully you've got a bit of everything. Opposite arm to leg, in and out. And stay on the same side. So we'll do half the time on one side. And again, slow or quick. Yeah, arms or legs maybe. Maybe you don't do both. So just thinking about, it depends whether you've done another workout today and everything hurts. That's me, by the way. So, with me taking a few days off, getting back into it is always a bit of a big step to begin with. So that's why it's always important to try and keep going. But sometimes life gets in the way. All right. You can just take one more. Just take a sit back, just release off the wrist. Just make sure everything feels okay. Let it go. And then we're going to come up. I'm just going to turn. So you've got, I don't know why I prefer my working arm towards you, but there we go. So other arm and leg. Now I've confused myself. I think I already did that one. Oh my goodness. I don't know what I'm doing. I think this is the second one. Oh my days. And there was me thinking I was doing really well. Never mind. How to waste a bit of time and not have to do as much work. Okay, last few reps, last few seconds. 3, 2, and then again, just taking that child's pose, swan stretch, whatever you want to call it, just coming down and releasing off, and just releasing everything through. And then we're going to come up to sitting. We're going to extend the legs, excuse me, drifting apart at the centre. So we're going to extend the legs, maybe mat width, maybe a little wider, depends how you feel about the spread at the hips and whether you have the mobility there. And we're going to do the life nerve stretch, which is up and down, but we're going to take it really slow. So the 3 count to begin with. Normally we'd start with singles and then we'd go to 3s and 7s. We're going to go in at 3s to kind of go to the gentle stretch. And again, the somatics. Now, of course, that's not something you have to do. If you want to do the singles and you prefer that, and that's where you're kind of feeling your energy lies today, then crack on with that. Okay. But it's nice to have a big stretch. And work nice and slow. And again, great work into the abdominals here. You've got a nice stretch down the back of the leg, glutes, hamstrings, into the back of the knee, popliteal, into the calves, Achilles. All right, and then we're going to make them longer. So holding for 7. And if you're not sure about the count is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you want to go longer, you can do Mississippi or elephants or whatever you do to make seconds. You can count as fast or as slow as you want to. And of course, we're supposed to work to mantra. So if the counting interrupts your mantra, just maybe notice how long, maybe a whole mantra, and then a whole mantra rather than 2, or maybe a couple of times through. All right, we're going to do one more, please. Excellent. And then we're going to go to the other side. So remember, we're on 3s to begin with. Beautiful work, really well done. We're just going to take that into that longer duration. So next time you come up, hold for 7. And then the next time you stretch, hold for 7. Okay, so we're going to do one more, please. Finish this one, do one more. And then we're going to do one that's a little bit more challenging to the abdominals. So again, I'm just going to turn a little bit side on so you guys can see. When we come back, we're kind of leaning back. It's going to pull into the abs. We're going to go from foot to foot. Try not to bend the elbows, pull back. I always liken this to stirring a giant cauldron. And you're going to go down to one foot. Keep it going round the same way. We will change halfway through. Join in when you're ready. And it's straight arm. So imagine you have like a great big cooking pot in front of you and you're stirring it, but you're not bending the elbows. So we're not pulling the arms back towards us and doing it, the arms. It's very much into the core and the lower back. If you feel any pulling in the lower back, you can try bending the knees. This can just help a little bit. Or don't go leaning back as far. The further you lean back with control without collapsing, the more you're going to challenge into the abs. So just be aware. I always think this one's a little bit like, you know, the start of Hamlet. Not Hamlet, Macbeth. Oh my days. I'll just shut up. Stirring the cauldron, stirring the pot. Okay. Last one in this orientation, please. Pull up through center, pause, and then unwinding. So going round the other way. Okay, last one please. And again, just notice how we feel. So just taking a moment. And then we're going to make our way down onto our tummies. We're going to come over onto our front. And I'm going to give you a choice here now. I'll show you both and you can choose, okay? So you've done this before with me. Done it before. Done this class with me before, I think you all have. Then you're going to lift up all the way, bringing the belly off into a weird kind of up dog. It's not traditional up dog onto the back of the feet, so I'll just show you side on so you can just see belly is coming off but the knees stay down. The other option is to come up into down dog and roll down dog to plank, okay? Disappeared off the screen there, but down dog to plank. Or you can do some of each. Maybe do until you feel comfortable or uncomfortable, until you feel challenged, and then come to the other one, okay? So whenever you're ready, straight in, you don't have to wait for me. This is our last Kundalini exercise. So enjoy it, save the best for last. I'm going to change it up again. Just have a little look at the down dog to plank. Okay, whichever way you're moving, you've got 2 more, please. And then take child's pose. So coming into child's pose, take a moment to restore. So that will be the end of our Kundalini practice. And when you're ready, come on over to sitting. Actually, let's go just take a Shavasana, because it's nice to kind of end and start. So just come on down. Just notice how your body's feeling. Be aware of self. Think of somatics. How does it feel? How am I? How's my body? How's my mood? How's my emotion? How's my brain? My mental health? My mental being? My body? My actual physical being? When you're ready, bring yourself up to sitting. Draw the hands up and into prayer. Bow the head. Gratitude for this opportunity to practice together. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Sat Nam.